didn't want to let me in or what? Newsman, what's going on? Good afternoon, sir. Everything all right? Yeah, I just came to see you and all of that. I will not be staying long. I see you have your suit like you want to go to work. You go let me sit down on a chair or what?
No man, have a seat, it's okay. I'm happy to see you.
Man, you're behaving like you didn't even want to open your door to let me in. What's the matter? What's the problem? You want me to leave or what? Everything okay? Anyway, I ain't gonna stay long. I know sometimes you people have to work late and all of that. But man, I have some problems. I have situations and circumstances and disagreements with the way you people report that news business in the country. And you're one of them. So you're one of the big guys in the news business. So it is definitely you are one of the people I should be talking about the matters there. Now, one of the things that I see, man, with you news people in the place, it is almost as if like you don't really, some of you do not really have a command of the English language, it seems. Because how can it be that every situation where an event is like a crime or something is committed, and you want to refer to a police station, you only use one word: attached. Police attached to the Grosile police station. Police attached to the Lakai police station. Police attached to the Ancillary police station. Police attached to the Viewfort police station. Police attached to the Mikud police station. Man, that's the only word you all know. Is that the only word you all know? Because I believe the way we had the system set up, for the most part, people who want to get into news and those kind of business, they had to do like, in addition to English, the standard English A, I think some of you people did literature English B. So when you go to school, there is we had to buy a book of synonyms. So if there is a word that you overusing, there is another word that means the same thing that you can use. So man, why is it that every time I listen to news, it is just police attached to the Ancillary police station? There's no other word that you news people can use, man. There's nothing else that you can use. You can do better than that, man. You can definitely do better than that. Police attached. Man, and the other thing is, I find there is a lot of slackness in that news reporting. Now, the way we normally say things is, out with the old, come in with the new, or something to that effect, brother. But when it comes to news, the way I look at it now, we need to get rid of the new and come back with the old, you know. It is almost like the glory days of news reporting boss has disappeared from this country, you know, man. It's almost like I long to hear people like what is his name? Winston Hinkson. He's a lawyer now. Man, did you not hear when those guys, did you not listen to news when these fellas were reporting? I know most people were probably young at that time. But let me tell you something, man. These were the days of great news reporting, when you had people like Winston Hinkson reporting, Valerie Albert, and there's this guy who used to be on radio, Andrew Vonwell. These are the real quality people, and in every field, everything that you may learn or study, they may tell you about the great people, or sometimes they will show you videos of what these guys used to talk about, man. Newsman, let me tell you something, man. I'm telling you, you need to watch these old news clips from people like the American guy. His name is Walter Cronkite. People like Winston Hinkson. What's the name? Albert. The Albert lady, she was reporting news too. Andrew Vonwell, man, I tell you, boss, you all need to go back to these old clips and listen to how people really report news in a professional way, boss. Now, I noticed that it looked like you were kind of reluctant to let me come into your place today. And maybe after I finish, if you're there today, it seems like you're going to want me to come back to your place again. But nonetheless, I have to tell you the truth. Because the level of news reporting is getting to the gutters, man. It is very bad. It is very low in some cases. Although there are some good ones, you can see there are some young reporters that are very good and very professional. But for the most part, man, this thing is just getting out of hand. It is almost like that thing needs to be regulated. And sometimes when I was going to school, when I was in secondary school, there are certain things, certain words that you would mispronounce, or certain bad sentences that you would make, and the teachers would kind of really shout at you or really castigate you real sternly. But now, man, I'm saying the bad English that they used to reprimand me for when I was going to school, or when we were going to school, I'm hearing that on news. I'm hearing these things on news, and there need to be a way to regulate these people, because, boss man, I am telling you these things because you work in the news thing, so that you can go and tell them people when you all having your annual news thing, when you're having your conferences or whatever, boss, talk to the people about that, because that thing is getting too low. Police attached in everything. Somebody shoot some people at Masha. Police attached to the Masha police station. Somebody stopped somebody for drugs on the Bexon Highway. Police attached to the ancillary police station. That's the only word you all know, man. And the other thing, boss, I know you have to go to work, but listen to that. When you go, that thing have to change. There's a lot of bias in that news reporting thing. It's almost like you people disrespect poor people in your news reporting. Word. Let me give you an example. It has happened many times. But you see, when you get when you get a situation where you catch a poor person or somebody who does not have means or whatever with drugs, you people go too far. Whereas with the rich people, you don't do it at all. You know that. Don't try to deny it. Let me tell you something, boss. It is very common that when a young man is arrested or apprehended for drugs or whatever, here's how you guys report news. A 22 or 23-year-old man from Denny Riviere, 23-year-old John Doe, was arrested at Richmond during a joint operation between the Richmond police station and the drug whatever. Then you mention his name, where he's from, and then you show his face, because you believe that nothing is going to happen to you people. You do it, man. Admit, tell your people that, warn them. But there are sometimes when you'll catch the big guys with more drugs, more weed, more cocaine, whatever, in the country. You know what happens? You'll never mention their names. Here's how the reporting go. A businessman from Castries was caught with 20 kilos of cocaine and 70 kgs of compressed marijuana. So pa jeme nome l'homme non sa. Zodi a businessman from Castries. Me lesis malewia zohen from Denny Riviere or from Ancillaria. Zoka l'homme non zoka me non yo. Ko yo sorti ek tout bagay kon zoka fe. But when it is the guy who is more affluent or has some position or some status or some stature in the society, So baka lomen on your pièce. And that's a bias that you all have in this country. And I really wish and pray for the day that some people will take you all to court. You understand? Take you all to the highest court and make you all pay, because you people have been disrespecting poor people in this country. Even in your news reporting, these are some of the things that you all do. And the thing is, boss, I'm telling you, so people kwe, but I'm shy moun para koute news zot, because moun ka we sa zoka fair. Somehow, there's the mentality and the ideology in this country that your people believe that once people cannot read or write, or they cannot speak the kind of English that you all speak, or you all do not hear their names on radio and television, or they do not have big businesses, or feel like you in your one pack your bar exosafe sazovle eximon na plasla. This is what I see, and I'm not the only one who's seen that. If you people are observant, you'll realize that too. There is a big bias towards protecting the image of people that they think have position, starter, and name in Saint Lucia. But when it comes to the poor people, or say monazo feel kipana here, zoka blast no you and things like that. The other thing that you all doing, you all need to stop, boss man. Say like there's a situation where a crime is committed and all of that. You go to a poor person's house. Man, I hate when you all show like an old lady in a bad situation. She's very poor, and you are showing the extreme poverty of these people. You all show the people's nakedness and all of those things. I do not like when you people do that to these women, showing the nakedness of these people, showing how bad it is with them. I can understand sometimes poverty has to be highlighted, but when you come in and show it's like you're showing how depraved those people are. What punchline do your people trying to hit, man? Boss man, you are here representing them news people. What punchline you all trying to hit? Kisa zoka try achieve. Les zoka mouti kwa madame, ebe a middle-aged madame. Hishli hafa a crime. Ek zoka vini pou mouti akodi. I mean, tout tete madame na door. Ek bagay ko, and it's almost like, you know, these things, we don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see the people in this situation. But you all do not go to certain places. Are you not aware? You people, guys, you realize that we are aware that there are certain crimes, the same crimes that are happening in the ordinary areas or in the poor areas. Them things happening in Cape State and them places too. But the thing is, you all will not go and bring and run if you all mics and your camera and put it in the people's face and ask them questions. You all don't do that. You think people are not aware of that? Maybe not everybody knows, but people know that things are happening in those places. Huh? Ukwe moun pa have bal ka pete an se plas sa. Ukwe moun pa sav moun ka bat madame yo an se plas sa. Moun ka bat moun sanka koule or whatever. And there's no reporter bringing up their cameras and trying to make noise and trying to go and expose things. But then you go to poor people areas and think you all can report whatever you all want. Reporting is good, it is okay. We have to get the information. But if it is that you're going to be protecting people that you perceive to be rich, you have to protect the poor people too. And the judgment is, I am the poor people's governor, and that is my responsibility, even nobody's taking it on, to see to it that you people like you, the same way you want to protect your rich friends, you better protect my poor people too. You understand? These are some of the things that you all do. These are things that you all do, and you all masquerade in the society if you all suits, making believe like you're coming on radio talking as if you all making believe like you all are so good, man. And all you all do is to put the poor people at a disadvantage. Not all of you, some of you. Because when you do those things, you are fighting against poor people when you do those things. You are fighting against them. You causing people to get more frustrated. People are seeing, man. People are not blind no more. Tan lamp ha passé. La dernière temps, ko tout bay c'était temps lamp moun pa temps lamp encore tout moun savent ça aller. And the thing is, people really think that just because somebody can speak fluently or because you probably can read well that you're ignorant. The people are fooled. Man, let me tell you, la ni different quality intelligence. La ni normal intelligence la zo pe me ale IQ skill. La ni emotional intelligence. Check li. La ni an chay moun ki pa parle anglais pièce. Ek se moun sa intelligent chay. E ou ka wayan la vi yo. So pa bin body that peace amun pa l'école whatever that in your one. No. Who ki in your one ki ka kwesa ek se policiers yo ka mene devant ek se maniers yo ka treat moun na. And I have to deal with you because the thing is people listen to you people and you all formulate and it's almost like you all engineer the way people think. So nou ni pou deal ek zo ou zo tout se magie sa zo ka faire en pays ya. Zoni pour double se bail ça donc a fait en pays ya. C'est bail ça c'est calté manière ça ka maltraiter mon nan. Zoni pour double li. Bon. L'autre bail là c'est ça. Bossman, let's look at report on their crime. I think it is very unfair that you squarely put the blame of crime in the country on politicians. Regardless if it is Kenny in power or Chasney or Stevenson King or whoever, the brand of the responsibility for crimes and murder in the country cannot be leveled solely on politicians, because Laurel Gade and shy say crimes are katan he say politician na back pa involved and say ba actually mon sa gale la. Combien de politicians autant di ka involve en tuer moun voler bay moun bay kon. So comment les moun fait bay ces politicians ka blâmer. But is boss man, when you reporting them you need to make a documentary in your television station there. You all need to really show people what causing crime in the place. Politics has a role to play because you have to create an environment so that people can get work. Because si la pa ni employment ou ka ça ka create il a proven that les moun pa ka travail il ka cause en situation ko bonne moun de plein. So moun ka voler bagay fait bagay kon. We know that, and it is the responsibility and the role of government to stimulate the economy, to create conditions for people to invest in the country. Although one of the big problems we have in St. Lucia and other places is that for the most part, people are looking for foreign investors to invest in the country, whereas there are people that could actually start small businesses and be allowed to grow. But sometimes it looks like the setup here it is not really conducive sometimes for to allow local people to really develop well in business. So tout se ba sa newsman, so you all have to, these are some of the things that you all have to do. You all have to go deep into investigative reporting, whatever, and bring out those points. But you cannot make it look like when some crime is committed, it's only ministers to be blamed. Look at the old news vibe going on there. When you all go around with your cameras and a guy kills somebody or whatever, so many camera over mama even pale. Invariably, kisa mama igadi. Ashaidiye. He was a good boy. But most have tout mon aime issue. Mais même adele, même mama sa igadi, he was a good boy la. Mama sa savent. Il savent sa mi se ka fe. Il hawe fizi an kay la. Il savent sa ka ale ya. Il hawe comme computer. Laptop computer en kaila. Ils savent ça ka ale. Mais c'est pas qu'à vendre laptop et qu'il autant laptop en kaile. En chaidile. Même si mon qui ka vinn faire des ordres en les screen ka di manière he was a good boy. C'est mon ça savent, c'est mon ça pas pièce good boy. En kayo même ou hawe fizi ou savent. Ou hawe cocaïne en kaila ou savent. Ou savent ça ka ale ya, ou hawe fizi ou savent ça ka ale ya. Mais because crime nan ka swan, crime nan ka pay bills ou ba ou ka try couvert. So, Law really gade, instead of having to blame politicians 100% pour crime, on ne peut pas blâmer ces moun nan, ces moun nan ka vini à la TV ka di that he was a good boy. Let's us savi patin a good boy la. You responsible for the crime too. You responsible for it. Checkly. When you have laws, you're adopting laws, you're signing policy where the teachers cannot discipline children in the school. In essence, you want little boys to come and raise big up koyo. Hele their teacher, mila meyon le teacher, ek teacher suppose to just do it like God yo. Laws si se kalte loi san nan pays. Ki sa ka gade pou? Let me tell you something. Newsman, tell them. Use your camera and tell the people that you cannot go, like a lot of this foolishness that you're bringing in the school system is what you'll copy from what students in America and England and them places. Let me tell you something. The white children are different from us. Their cultural experiences are different. A lot of them, their bread were buttered early. Their thinking is different. They grew up under different stresses than our children in the country. You understand? You cannot take what you learn in America and what you learn in England, Germany, or wherever it is. You decide you want to go and spend your money and come and just transplant that in the country and say that this is how it is. And in spite of the fact that you all still see this foolishness and working, you all still want to continue with it. Newsman, these are the things that you all need to do. Go deep into these things. Study this American system that is a failed education system. This primary school student, let me tell you something. I will bet, take a good average secondary school student here in any of them Caribbean islands, and they will do much better than them American secondary school students in academia, in behavior, in every way, for the most part. I believe that. So how can you take them system? The people have a failed system. The people have a failed system, and you're taking their failed system and you're bringing it here. You only see what's happening now. Newsman, tell them what is happening now. I have teacher friends, people are in the teaching business who are still teaching. A lot of teachers are now on a self-preservation mode. They want to they're protecting their mind, their sanity, and their peace. If you want to learn, they teach. They deal with you. If you don't want to learn, they don't really care, because they see how the laws are. Because of this thing where you have given more rights to the students over the teachers. Right now, ka hand ma mic af in le call ek fizi, ek le teacher point fizi. You can threaten teacher. Ek bagay kon. These are the things that cause crime. So lovely parle crime à dans pays. Ek vous voulez blâmer Kenny, vous voulez blâmer Chasney, vous voulez blâmer King, or whoever it is you want to blame. Go and blame these things first, and then, by the way, in that case we need to blame them too, Kenny and whoever it is, because some of these fellas were presiding when they adopted these useless laws, giving them children the preeminence or the advantages over the teachers. So Law really got the situation. So yeah, we can blame them in that case. But Law really got the situation. Look at Adam Kai. When you just look around, and some of these things if you really want to report on those things, you can just contact some, how they call them, social workers in the country, and they'll be able to give you information. There are some bad situations, some bad family situations, man. There are some bad family situations. There are people, children moving around in the community using a lot of obscene, bad language, misbehaving, loud dio pa fela. Mama yo ka jiwo. Mama yo ka dio pa di yo pa di ishi wanyen. So that is the foundation too. That's the root cause. So if you're blaming, you have to blame these people first before you blame the politicians, because a lot of times the killers don't really come from the houses of the politicians. Say Volea, say on all these things, a lot of times they don't go out, they don't come from the house of the politicians. They do not come from the house of the PSs. No. What happened, man? Open your eyes and see. Them PSs, them ministers, they can barely wait for their children to leave secondary school to send them to Safa. They can barely wait for them to leave Safa to send them to a university. That is the track that they follow. That's the general track that they follow. That is the plan that the people have. So, look up all about crime. Look up all about moun, c'est moun sa ka blâmer ya. C'est moun sa hani bon plan pour issue, pour excel en society. But on the other hand, the people that are really producing the or creating an environment for crime in their house, moun pa ka parle about sa pièce. One time I saw a situation where a woman took a bottle of beer, a Heineken beer, and the boy was probably around maybe 10 years old. Like he just bouteille la bien en bouche the boy là. Just I checked him là. Moi garder gums li just sans ka sorti en gums li. You understand? Like moi te really encouragé really jou ça pour really garder un petit maman 10 years old. Qui ça really persuade en grand monde pour prendre bouteille pour un petit maman pour croiser whatever. Si c'est un bail if un bail qui tellement bad, you take a belt or whatever, or buy yon they could sing whatever, so buy a tapek lamon whatever. But you take a weapon who can weigh down team at my key justification on ça. Now how will Kiki money or feel lead team my sa kaye leve? What will be the psychological makeup of a child that is growing up under that kind of situation? What will happen? And a lot of time, si moun se ti ma sa ka leve en dans situation ko ka feel like you useless, la vie pa vaut rien. And when somebody grew up in a situation, it is easier for them to contemplate crime boss. It's easier for them to think according, because les moun nan ka feel according, n'importe moun nan la vie pa mena rien pour lui. La vous même pa ka mena rien pour yo tout. En chay de là, c'est ça qui fondation, en chay se ba la nou ka face là. So we need to be careful, because we're not going to solve our problems when we blame politicians squarely for crime. Amun si ou ka blame prime minister. Amun bat madame li ou ka blame prime minister. Mama even le collect fizi. Ou ka blame prime minister ou pa ka blame ou pa ka blame mama ou pa ka blame papa ou pa ka blame cousin ni tonton ou pa ka blame pièce famille, mais ou ka blame prime minister. But also, until we change that thinking, we're going to have more of these things happening. Because blaming blâmer prime minister pour un bail qui a fait en chamon et bien en caillou, nous pas qu'à une solution pour crime situations. So instead of people finding out the root of the problem, they just go and start blaming ministers, blaming prime minister and things like that. That is not the root of the problem. Look, the other thing is, and I'm telling you newsman, you need to find a way to go and tell the people, make your documentaries, whatever, and do things. When I was growing up, Pastor, a newsman, politician, boy, whatever it is that you are, a newsman, a politician, I don't know what you are these days. On a Saturday or on the Sunday, tout jen moun, from the time you can crawl, like walk by yourself, tout moun l'église. Now, we forsake church. We say that thing is not good enough for us, that thing is too low for us. And we forsake that. And if you look, you will realize carefully that as we stop going to church, our crime level increase. Our crime increase. We put away the Bible and we start taking all kinds of books that have nothing to do with God. We stop going to the house of God and we go to the rum shop. We go to the bum shop. So what happened is we say that we are not interested in our spiritual well-being. We're just interested in our physical well-being and our mental growth or whatever, our materialism. We fully embrace that, newsman, and we forget about God. And we make ourselves believe that those that are following the principles of God are stupid people, like they don't have a mind. In fact, some of you people say that the people who are following God and His laws are lazy people. But among the crimes that you all see, that we see in the country, newspaper man, how many people who have a strong consciousness of God and who really try to live by the principles of God, how many of them are involved in crime in the country? Come here. So, even the mothers who used to go to church before and make sure the children go to church, they don't do that no more. They don't do that no more. So, the priorities are wrong in the society. We put our energies and our strength after the wrong thing, then we expect miracles and we expect to have a good society. But we do not really check the root of the problem. I think it is convenient to people to just blame politicians. Let's just blame the prime minister. Let's just blame the leader of the opposition. Let's just blame Brother Kenny. Let's just blame King. Let's blame Shasney for our crimes. Where Shasney might be at his home sleeping, Kenny might be at his home sleeping, King at his home sleeping, and you're committing your crimes. But then you want to blame them. Do you know that there are parents who tell their children, when you go to school, if any one of them trouble you, stab them. There's a man who has a grandchild. The guy is around 70 years old, and he was telling a little girl, the girl is around 6 years old, that if when she go to school, that the children, did some girls trouble her, whatever, like prick their eye with the pencil or something like that. So where does crime start? Man, let me tell you something. For the most part, most of the crime that is happening, the crime already starts in the house. I had $40 on the table. Who took it? I don't know, mommy. I don't know, papa. I had $20 there. Who take it? In the house. I had my thing. The mother. Say tell long mama or whatever it is, mama. Kadi hishlisa. Mama ka jiwe hishla. We have a situation, newsman, where there's a child that is probably around 2 years old, 3 years. There's a 3-year-old child. And the child is already using obscene language. And the mother is so happy that the child can speak can use this obscene language that they laugh when they're using them. The mother is laughing and clapping when the child is using obscene language, addressing it to other people in the house or other places. Some of these mothers will boast the bad things that children are doing. So how can that be happening? And then you want to blame Shasney, you want to blame Kenny, you want to blame King for crime in the country. King has his part to play. Shasney has his part to play. You understand? They have their part to play in terms of creating an environment for people to invest, for businesses to thrive, employing enough police to get the work done, buying equipment for the police to use. But even before the thing reached the level of the police, crime na ha fait adele law check situation newsman. Sometimes before 5 years we see all the evidence of criminality already. Ihala nukawai.
Blaming the wrong man.
You in the society, you know, some of the children, because of who bring them up, you can just look at the child. The talk, the walk, the way, the mannerisms, and it's almost like, wow, that one is gone at 5 years old. In some people, you can see it early like that. So, newsman, let me tell you something, man. You all need to people listen to you all. Some people are still listening to some of the things that you all have to say. But you all need to really address them kind of situation there. Now, I will not go and tell them news people anything because I don't know them and all of that. And some of them I don't really like the way they operate in the country. But you, I know you, I will tell you those things so that you can do something. One of the few news reporters that I saw that was moving different, that if he had a proper chance, he would have done well. There's that guy named Clinton Reynolds. Clinton Reynolds looked like he was truly doing some investigative reporting. He started with that situation with the guy the guy that say he has more guns than the police. And the people were blaming Clinton Reynolds. They were blaming him and they castigated him for doing what he was trained to do. Clinton Reynolds, if he was working somewhere in England or America, he would have been celebrated as a great reporter for some of the things that he was doing. But what happened, newsman, is that in St. Lucia, anytime somebody is different from the status quo, somebody is progressive thinking or whatever, the people who make you believe that they are there to support the good things in the land, they are the ones who sabotage those people. So, man, let me tell you something. I know you. I know you very well and all of that. You in that news reporting thing. Try to do your best, man. You have to try to do your best. Move away from this foolishness that is going on in some of them cases there. The way that some of you all sideline the poor people. The same crime that the big man commit, and you all do nothing. You all don't mention their names. You all castigate. You all put poor people's name on television and all kind of things like that. You all need to take a different approach, man. Now, the thing might not change one time, you know. And if I were to tell any of those people that they would not take me seriously, they would say, who the hell you think you are? But I know you. That's why I'm telling you. So that you can make a change. Now, the thing is, I didn't let you speak much because you people are already talking so much on that the television and the newspaper and the media and all of that already. So I can't give you no chance to talk there, even if I'm in your house. I'm in your house and all of that. But, yeah, man, you know, the way that you're all doing things, they go work. That thing ain't going to be sustainable. You will reach a point where nobody ain't going to listen to you all again. Nobody. And there are a few cases where I believe that some of your reporting is actually lies, fabrications. There's a situation that I know of firsthand where the whole news reporting thing about that thing was really a lie, because I can prove dates and time and check the time that the date that you reported those things and what you all said, and know clearly it was a lie. And what happened too is I've seen cases where some of your people, you all use the media to attack or bring down your people that you do not like in the society. I've seen that, and I can prove it too. So I know you, man. I'm letting you know that so that you will do something about that thing, boss, man. I'm telling you. That whole media thing need to fix. That thing need to be regulated. You understand? So, man, do something about that. Tired of them foolishness. Taking poor people for granted.